his fault.
Why is it my fault?
Hey guys, welcome to episode 8 of Building Modular Walls. Right behind me is the booth for Brainchow Studios for Transworld, which is what we've been working on these past 8 episodes. We've been doing step by step, working a couple hours here and there on it. However, this episode we're going over detailing. I hope I got enough footage, guys. It's crunch time. Things have been crazy. I've been on working many things besides the booth this weekend, so I hope I got enough footage for you guys. Alright guys, I just wanted to show you the process that we're doing. We're painting now. We went ahead and painted the mortar part a gray. And we got all the trim on. We've taken the windows out. By the way, we've painted the outside. And then we are painting this black and then putting glue on it and then painting it white to give it that weathered look. There's one that's already painted black. And a trash can. We have painted the fireplace. We've got the first coat done. We've painted it with a red, brown, and tan. And we will be doing several more layers and also blackening the fireplace. And as we got the paint done and the plaster done on the bricks, if you notice, we did a red, a tan, and a brown. However, if you notice, we kind of mixed in a little bit of the red and the tan and the brown into all the bricks to kind of make them more subtle and to bring them all together. And we put some plaster on here to make it look like they've had to do some work on it. And of course, we are now spray painting. We're actually distressing, if you can kind of see what we've done so far. We just started and I grabbed the camera because I totally forgot to start filming. Okay guys, we have hit the fireplace with some spray paint, dirtied it up. Also got the clean wall over here, and we have done some distressing with some spray paint. As I said, this is our first layer of distressing that we're doing right now. What are you doing, Mike?
I'm cleaning my oven. I'm dry brushing the outside of this booth so that it looks old and weathered and eventually nasty and disgusting.
Can you try it funny?
Can you believe this?
Micah's gotten the dry brushing done. Kind of see the little white lines there. And so now what he's doing is right here. He is drawing a line right underneath the board. Which gives you that look right there. All right, so we got the windows in and we're doing the trim. Yeah, so we did the same technique as we did inside the window, which is black paint, Elmer's glue, and white paint and a heat gun. And then we took some watered down brown and black. And we got this look here. I don't know if you guys can see this very well. I can't through the viewfinder. It's all right. So we're onto the water bottle and paint. I have 3 paints here that I normally use when doing Victorian walls, which is a brown, a black, and a kind of mossy green. This is my normal paint scheme that I use when I distress. Sometimes, depending on if I do stone or anything like that, I use maybe some blues or something like that, just to give it a little bit more extra color. But on this is all we need. First thing you want to do is take just a water bottle, just nothing but paint, and wet the wall. And just get it wet, even the ceiling. Wet the ceiling down really good. That way when you hit it with your paint, you don't have to go back over it with this. It'll just run, and that way you already have you can already work instead of having to go back with, okay, put some here, let's run it down. Oh, that's too much, let's do it again. That way you could just go ahead, and instead of doing it that way, you wetted it down already, it's gonna run. Once you get the other paint on there, you should be able to gauge by the way it's running on how much you can put on there. Like this. Get the black. Of course, I just start hitting up there at the very top. Trying to hold the camera and do this at the same time is a little difficult. I always do all corners very dark, just to kind of smooth out the hard edge, which is what I do with almost everything I do. I do not like hard edges. So let me switch hands here, and basically just kind of go all over with it. You can go like right here, we can go real heavy. But as I said, if you see, it's already wet, so it's already going to start dripping. Now, however, you'll get more water and more on it here in just a minute. And of course, I do real heavy right here underneath, because we're about to put more water on here because we're about to use another paint. The brown. The only thing you want to re-wet is the ceiling. You want to go ahead and get those beads, and you don't want such a harsh, see how it's real nice and smooth over here and then harsh here. Now, there's no particular order on me putting the brown on. I am just randomly putting it on. Alright. Now we got the green. There we go. Same thing. here. And just, the green you don't have to do as much. I just like to throw it in there just to add another extra color, maybe give it a little mossy look. But as I said, I just did that one. It's already almost dry. And then there's what I'm doing now. So you're gonna have to keep going back because, as I said, we're wanting that look. So you might have to let this dry a little bit and then start again. All right, let's go back with the water. As I said, leave this alone, leave this alone. Only hit the ceiling back again. Not too heavy. There you go. Again, guys, I hope you got enough footage of us distressing, and I hope if you have any questions, concerns, or if I didn't show something, as I said, things have been very crazy this week and this weekend, so filming was kind of sketchy. So, as I said, I hope I filmed enough for you guys to know. As I said, if you have any questions, or anything like that, just shoot me an email or right down there in the comments section. Again, guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share. See you guys at Transworld.